Welcome to Fun Tower Kitchen. Here's your host, Rockin Sedaille.
Thank you, Jolly Jim. That was Jolly Jim Stevens, who hosts the Happy Hour show here on Fun Tower Radio. He actually kicks off our Solid Gold weekends at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And Tuesday, it is the Tuesday Happy Hour double play. 2 happy hour shows in a row. So you want to check it out. Jolly Jim Stevens, his show is a lot of fun. So, what are we going to do this weekend? I thought I would do 3 videos. The first video, we're going to make tomato sauce. Now, when I was growing up, we had an Italian family that lived up the street, and every Saturday, the mom would make the sauce. And typically, she'd put in top round steak. Early Saturday, she'd get that going and slow cooking all day Saturday. They would have the top round steak with sauce for dinner on Saturday, and then the big meal on Sunday, where they would, drink wine. They also made their own wine, and the kids, they were teenagers, but they actually drank wine back then. And they weren't drunks or anything. It was just something that the Italian people did. When the kids got to be in their early teens, they were able to have a glass of wine with dinner. Of course, today the parents would be thrown in jail, and the kids would end up in DCF. But anyway, I digress. So we're going to grab a can of those tomatoes up there, and we're going to make the sauce. So I don't have a tomato garden, but this is the next best thing. These are Isabella whole peeled tomatoes, and the only other ingredient is salt. Just a little bit of salt, that's it. So we're going to clean these tomatoes up, and what I mean by that is we're going to get as many of the seeds out as possible and just get them ready to cook. Isabella tomatoes are not available in your local grocery store. These are typically used by restaurants. In fact, you'd be surprised to know that many restaurants in the Hartford area use this brand of tomatoes. They're available at Restaurant Depot, which you do need a membership. So let's open them up, see what we have here. Okay, I've got my sauce pot here. I'm using a stainless steel pot. I've got a strainer, and I'm using stainless steel because we're going to be slow cooking this sauce for several hours. And, tomatoes are acidic, and you can use aluminum, but you're going to end up with a very clean aluminum pan at the end, and you might even get a little bit of a metallic taste. So I like to use stainless steel. So we're going to take these tomatoes and we're going to dump them into the strainer here. Like so. We've got our strained tomatoes in a bowl here, and what we're going to do is I like to get the seeds out of the tomato. So I just pretty much cut them in half, take the seeds out. Just, you're not going to get all of them. And I'd be interested to know if there's anybody that has a better method of removing seeds. I know they have little machines you can buy to take the seeds out. Some people leave the seeds in, but I think the seeds add a little bit of bitterness to the sauce. Probably not much, but I prefer to take them out. Cut in half, squeeze. Oh, guess who just flew in? You gonna say hi, Poppy? Poppy's here. Wow. You want to say hi to everybody, Poppy? Poppy loves to perch on my shoulder whenever I'm doing anything, any activities. She's very curious to know what's going on. Aren't you? You're a very curious bird. That's right. She wants to know everything that her daddy is doing. Yeah. Wow. So we're getting quite a few seeds, as you can see, but we're not going to get all of them. I think the sauce looks nicer too when you don't have a bunch of seeds floating around in it. And all this pulp that's coming out, obviously we're going to put it through the strainer and that'll be added to the sauce. Okay, so we've got our tomatoes here. We've gotten most of the seeds out and we're going to put them in the food processor like so. And we're just going to pulse. That looks perfect. I'll just show that to you. Isn't that nice? Okay, we've transferred all of our tomato to the bowl here, and we're going to take our pot and get started over at the stove. I've got some of my pre-made garlic here, and you just want to do this to taste. A bit of olive oil in there too. Turn that heat down. Now to this, I'm going to add a little bit of red pepper, not too much, because you know, a little red pepper goes a long way. A little bit of parsley. Some oregano and some basil. I like to add a little splash of water in there. And we're basically going to let this go low and slow for a few hours. Now, it depends on how you like your sauce as far as consistency goes. You know, after it's slow cooking for about an hour or two, you want to basically keep it on the stove low and slow until you get the sauce to the thickness that you like. You don't want to go too long because you'll end up with tomato paste. Someone posted online that they thought you should go 7 hours. Well, 7 hours is okay if you have a watery tomato sauce. But this, I don't think this is going to go much more than 3 hours. I'm not going to season this with any salt or sugar for that matter until near the end. If you put sugar in too soon, it tends to burn. So we'll just leave it like this, let it go low and slow for a few hours, and then we'll have our sauce. And in the next video, I'm going to make chicken parmesan with our tomato sauce. Thank you for watching.